What if you don't feel anything in prayer? Well, if you have felt stuff before in prayer and you don't feel now, then there is something that's blocking it, which, for me in my prayers, when I would have a fight with someone, mostly with Blandine, then I would go and pray and wouldn't feel much. And in all sorts of situations, I would realize, okay, I normally feel extremely intense, and now I don't feel, or I feel like only very little. And this helped me as an indicator of what is right and what is wrong with me. What do I want to sustain in my life and what not? And all the tendencies inside of me which are not aligned with loving God, I discovered. At the moment, I wasn't sure if they're good or bad. But in time, I discovered that all the tendencies that block my love for God are negative, and they are to be cast away, not to subscribe to them, and they are to be purified. Anything that doesn't stand in alignment with loving God, and the tendencies that I would have during a fight, for example, it would be an excessive egoism, accusation, judgment, hatred, holding on to a certain strange opinion, protecting it, being agitated about it, or in all sorts of states of being anxious about something, being worried about something, being excessively agitated. So in such situation, you discover what is it that stands in the way, because if it stands in the way, we say yes to it somewhere. So we need to discover what it is and to then see how we say yes to it. And then we stop saying yes to it. It's like a periodic signature. Do you want to update your resistance towards prayer by this XYZ selfishness? Yes. And after 6 hours, do you want to? Yes. And it's a little thought there, or a big thought. Every 6 hours, every 10 hours, every 15 minutes, every 2 days, every 3 days. And then once we discover it, said, no, I'm not signing. And it gets weaker, and it gets weaker, and it gets weaker, and it dissolves. Or we do a whole campaign of empowering the opposite, for example. And then when I wouldn't feel devotion, I would shout at God, and I say, God, you do whatever. I'm not willing to stay in this state. Whatever tendency it is, wash it away from me. I don't care how I feel. From now on, I will lose all the fights I will always be wrong and everybody else will be right. I don't care. If I'm worried about this and I'm worried about losing that, I'm ready to lose this and I'm ready to lose that, and I'm ready for everybody to speak bad about me and to lose this that I love and to lose this that I care, but I'm not going to lose my devotion. I'm not going to lose my faith. I don't care about anything else. Take it away from me. Whatever I'm holding on to inside, take it, take it, take it, take it, take it. And I'll be very determined and very angry. It's a good thing I'm alone in the room with the curtains closed. But I will get very, very angry and very, very sure that I don't care what it is. I don't know what's on this side of the scale that blocks me from God, but I care more about God. And therefore, I can't even see what's there, but I already chose. I made my choice and I chose God. And if this thing doesn't allow me to pray, I don't care about it. Get it out of my life. Yeah? Now it's not, let's say it's my motorbike. I'm worried about my motorbike. It doesn't mean I need to smash my motorbike, but not to be attached to the motorbike. Yeah? To just say, whatever. Then if I can't afford to fix my motorbike, I'm just giving it, but it's never happened. If I can't afford to fix my motorbike and from now on I will have to use other means of transport, I'm not going to worry about that. I'll use other means of transport. I don't know what. I'll go with a bicycle. I don't care. End of story. But I want my devotion. I want my devotion. Devotion is oxygen and motorbike is a luxury. End of story. And then it would... I would be very, very intensely praying to pray because I couldn't pray. So I would pray to pray because my prayers would be dry. He says, no, I don't want dry prayers. I want prayers with heart. And I don't care. And I would pray and be very, very determined that I want to return to devotion. And that I have nothing in this world. If I don't have devotion, I have nothing. And then that tendency would come out. it would go, and then it would meet that tendency. And then in that tendency, I would feel like, oh, but I don't want to renounce this. I'm right. I'm right in the fight. She's wrong. He's wrong. I'm right. I'm right. And then I would realize, okay, this I'm right is standing between me and God. And then I would do all sorts of things, like, oh, I'm wrong. I'm absolutely wrong. I would experiment. And if I think I'm absolutely wrong, oh, my devotion is back. And then in the end of the cycle, I would also understand. And once you leave that, it's like a state of trance. It's an egoistic trance. Once I would leave that, I would realize, no, I mean, God or no God, I was actually wrong. Oh, oops. I was really holding on to a position, but it was an emotional thing. And I'm so clever and I have so many arguments, I could trick myself, I could trick the world to think that I'm right. But no, I was wrong. But it's only when the emotion would collapse, when I would stop subscribing to it, that I could see that I'm wrong. And then my devotion would come back. And then there would still be a fight normally for another. I would then sometimes go and apologize right then. In the first moment I would discover, oh, I'm wrong. And then would enter another argument. I realized, okay, no, too quick. I have to stay with the bliss of God a little bit longer because it's not so clear. It just disappears as an idea before. Okay, I can't subscribe to it as an idea. But the emotion is still there. I'm right, I'm right, I'm right, I'm right. I hate. This person is wrong, this person is wrong. I judge. So the first breaking wasn't enough, and then I would stay there another 10, 15 minutes, and then also emotionally, and also in the body, and also all the tensions would dissolve and so forth, and just stay there in the grace of God and in the light of devotion, very humbled and pure. And then I could pray, and then if I would go and apologize, and even if the other person would still be super angry, blah, 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 I would not react anymore with anger or with, it doesn't matter. No, I was wrong, I'm sorry, I assume responsibility for that. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, you're right, I'm sorry.
Hey guys, if you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content on spirituality, Tantra and more.
And if you want to sign up for our online classes or for our retreats, you can see our website on the description below.